Alright. Hopefully this is working. I'm not actually getting any visuals on my end. Okay, hold on. None of my controls are loading, so give me 1 second. Okay, at least that's working a little bit. Yeah, I seem to have lost every single one of my uh, my HTML scenes, so that's fun, I suppose. Give me 1 moment while we try to get to the bottom of this. Um, why are none of my overlays loading? Alright, well, I guess we're raw dogging it. What's up? We're waiting on Unity to load right now, so go ahead, I'll pull that out. And, hopefully everybody's having an okay day, I guess. Sorry, I'm a little emotionally raw, about a lot of things. And I just watched Man on the Inside, and it made me ugly cry like a baby for a little while. Just because I've been dealing with mortality and with the anxiety attack. I've been thinking about my life in the next like 40 years and how screwed I am with well, the situation in general. And it's been really, really hard, actually. And I'm trying to do any and everything I can to mitigate it at all. And so far, well, I'm glad you're having a great day. Yeah, none of my cards are loading today. I don't know, something's going on with Stream Elements. So, there's that. Um, Unity is loading up. We're gonna do the first person shooter tutorial today, but yeah. There's that. I guess only choice is to roll with it, right? Or, there we go. And yeah, see the overlays are there. Not working though, like at all. So I don't know. It's one of those. I'm probably gonna start the junior programming series after we do this final in editor one Tory Bond. But yeah, man, that was hard, you know, because it's all about them being older and what that means, and like people being degraded, and like people being left, and all that, and yeah, like he was getting through it because his daughter was hugging him and stuff, and then it's like I don't have a daughter, I don't have anybody to hug me to help me get through it. And I'm not gonna lie, man, that wrecked me. So. Okay, make your own first-person shooter in this project. You'll find preloaded scenes, scripts, audio, tutorials, more to inspire and help you start creating. So we're gonna load the scene. Right. And we'll go to get started. Right. Okay. In this tutorial, you begin to explore the basics of the Unity editor. We're going to playtest the beginning of the FPS microgame, review the Unity editor interface, and yeah, see, I think these are pretty rudimentary stuff, so we just hit space scene, enter play mode, and it should hopefully load a little bit. Okay, all the enemies. Oh, we got like little gun. Oh no! What? It like, oh, it clicked off the. It clicked off the screen. Don't judge me. Yeah. Well, does I mean, I don't know. You got like kid and stuff. Like people are invested in you. I don't really have a lot of that. What button is shoot? It won't. There we go. All right. Jesus. Okay, what we got? There's a Saturn moon over there. Going down here. Is that a bad guy? Nope. I can pick up now. Oh, I heard you. There's a turret hiding. Did you see him? Alright. I'm gonna use my strafe tactics. It won't fire! What is this? This is bullshit. Like overheated. I was like, nope. Yeah. There we go. And we win. Right. Turret ain't got nothing on me. Okay, select the player. Now you're not supposed to hate him. You're supposed to hate the game. You'll hug me? Well, I hope so. I hope someone will. The gravity force down controls how high the player can jump. There you go. Change it to 12. Alright. So now we can jump higher. Alright. In theory, anyway. Ooh. Yeah, that is quite a bit higher, actually. Oh, I clicked on, alright. Add a room. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a bad place. So, select the view tool. I did. Okay. Okay, pan around the scene. Hey, look. We're panning on a scene. Okay, orbit the scene. Yeah, we did most of these before. I think these are just like getting to know you kind of ones. Zoom in and out. Hold Alt or whatever. See, what I do is I do the pinch in. That seems to work just as well. Sorry about that. Drag in the room, alter prefab. Prefab, rooms, room alter. Okay. just like put that on here somewhere. Select the move tool, right? Where it is, I think we're supposed to like match it up or something. Alright, I'm gonna just call that good enough. Where are we at? Yeah. Put the alter on there. Right. Then when we go through that door, it should be right there, right? Select nav mesh surface. Okay. Layered. Must add it to the walkable area by baking it. Okay, so we gotta bake it, and it's baked. Change colors. Oh, hold up. Oh, they're not even gonna let us like test it out. Why not? I probably could. I'm sure somewhere in the gun, it's like in the player script it is, but it has me locked out because we're in tutorials. So you can only hit like certain buttons right now. Select the floor gray material. So I gotta go to materials. And then I'm not seeing like a floor gray material here. Level, maybe? Floor gray material. Change the base map color. Okay. And slightly purple. Okay. Next. Yes, he still can't. Alright, add an enemy. It was reminding me of Halo a little bit. Start. And then select enemy hoverbot in our prefabs. Okay. Drag it into the scene view. Here. Let's put one back behind this door. Okay. Yeah, I saw. Alright. And we wanna... I think that's fair. Yeah, and just put them like behind the door. Or scale. Why would they want you to make like a big one? There we go. Anyway. I love how like you can't test this at all. Alright. And then in this tutorial, you learn how to import assets from the asset store. Great. Click on the free food props. Whatever. Free. Add to my assets. Alright, like I guess. Okay, so it's added to my assets now. Page, click add to my assets button. After that, oh, then I gotta open in Unity. Yes, okay. And open in Unity. Okay. There we go. And then it's food props. Download. And then you can have all the hot dogs you want, right? You can give them props though. You gotta be like, props. Import to project. I'm positive that's gonna be the next one. Okay. So, in project, import Unity. The import has finished. Return to this tutorial. Okay. Food. Open the folder titled MG3D Food. Drag assets into the scene view. Okay, so there's a hot dog and some cheese and an olive, because why make it normal, right? Next, build and publish. I love how, like, we just didn't even play the game, right? And apparently that's already been done. Hold on. Okay, let's see this game that we did, adding the altar and all that. That's like really weird that it wasn't iterative at all. There you go. Man, I'm a good shot, huh? I love that. I got smoked. There we go. And there's the olive. See, it's not firing. I promise. Okay, this control circuits there. And there's a hot dog. There's the cheese. Right. And this is the altar. I'll put close enough, I think. So we can jump up onto the altar. Weirdo ass aliens. Right. And if we come down here, we got the turrets. Right. Yeah, this not firing thing. That's a problem. Got him. Had to wait till I heard him go down. Right. Alright. Play again. You win. Whatever. Okay. Then I'm guessing create a shareable version of the web game. We did that before on Play, I think. OpenGL. Right. Build profiles, switch to web, switch platform. It's already got it laid out. I was going just for posterity. I'm gonna build it and publish it. case anybody's like checking my homework, like, he skipped that one. You know, don't want them thinking I'm falsifying any credentials or anything. Hoverbots, waves, da da da. Yeah. Let's see. Once we get out of the academy, then I can like get into game design and actually start like building games and stuff. In theory, that is, of course, assuming a lot of things, you know, about my abilities and whatnot. Okay, so I think we have one. Cannot build while the editor is importing assets or compiling scripts. So we just gotta wait around until it's done doing its thing. Right? So we can stop the asset store stuff. Yeah, see, this is for 6.0. We're currently on 6.4. So, I don't know. Welcome to Junior Programmer, designed for anyone interested in learning to code or obtaining an entry-level Unity role. This pathway assumes basic knowledge of Unity that has no math prerequisites. Junior Programmer prepares you to get Unity certified so that you can demonstrate your job readiness to employers. We recommend that you have a basic knowledge of Unity or complete Unity Essentials before starting this pathway, which we've already done. And then version control. Maintain a project by correctly implementing version control, debugging, project management, code comprehension. That's going to be fun. Job preparation, programming user interfaces, UX UI design, code optimization, stuff. That's like best practices, design process, iterative design process. See, iterative design is when you just like you do it and then you do it again and then you do it again and you're changing a little bit each time. Practice putting user first. Application scripting, control the execution codes, common and compose scripts that utilize various APIs. APIs are just like extra things that you like loop in. Like technically Unity is an API. You know, as well, it's an IDE, but it's also an API. You know, anticipate listening, constructive feedback cycles, peer review. Application scripting creates a scene flow and an application state. And programming theory, simplify code and make it reusable by correctly implementing principles of inheritance and polymorphism. Make code more secure and usable by correctly implementing the principles of abstraction and encapsulation, including the use of interfaces. Okay. All of that. Yeah. And then we gotta do course introductions. Hey, what's up, Jojo? I'm glad you can make it. You're driving. So let's see where we're at on Unity. It's still reloading the domain, whatever that means. Okay. So, tutorial, course introduction. In this lesson, you'll be introduced to the course, its goals, and what it involves. I'm not sure if I can play these on stream or not. I don't know. Maybe. What if we like mute it and then we can just, yeah. Welcome to this official course. There you will create. Here we'll have him in the background. He's like, my name is Carl. Okay. Add build profile. already had that. And then, did we build it? Yeah, I thought we did, but no valid build. Great. Okay, so I gotta put on the build. And then we're going to make a folder named build. Alright, then we're gonna select that folder. And now we're building. Okay. Then let's go back to this poor guy. Studied computer science and game development. Technology for almost 10 years. Learn to code and achieve my goals. He's going to help me with my coding goals. It's pretty straightforward. And then he immediately starts lagging. It's like, ominous. Much. I'm just going to keep that up so you can see the little bar. Oh, they got my dude like making a face the whole time. He's like, poor guy, like, doing him dirty. It's for you to learn to code and create with Unity. I'm not actually making fun of this guy. Like, he took time and, he's trying to make like a free resource and like help everybody. So, yeah. Those are like kid gloves, It's not a history of programming course. Good. I hate that. It's not a theoretical course. It's a practical course to give us the foundations to be able to program whatever we want with Unity. Hey, Memory of More. Welcome to the channel. We're just checking everything out. What's up? We're waiting on a build for the FPS demo, and this is the next course after that, the Junior Programmer course. So I'm just letting that run in the background with the subtitles. Platforms like Windows, Macs, PlayStation. It's like, yeah, Unity's good. It's like, yeah, we know it's an industry standard. We're waiting on it. Daily basis. Man, this is really lagging though. I didn't think I had like that many things open, but I guess I do, huh? History, 3D scene navigation, Unity learn. Oh, yeah, these were from way before. Okay, so I'll go ahead and drop those. I'm just seeing if I can't lighten some of the load. Unity play. Oh, that was the games, right? And then, yeah, I'll have to check this out in a minute. Yeah, we're still about halfway. Hey, miss you too. The JoJo, do you have bizarre adventures? Yeah, sorry. For some reason, like all of my stream elements panels, here, I'll show you. Like, they just aren't loading whatsoever. Today. Just chose today to screw up, so. Using C# as the main programming language for Unity. If you were wondering, I know my head's cutting that part off, so sorry about that. I guess, let's see, I'm sharing the screen, so maybe I can like move them over. There we go. Or wait a second, hold on, we could just, maybe I can full screen them. Hey, alright, now let's get into the details. dunking underwater. Yeah, and big old clown shoes. Right. Mm. Well, throughout the course, we'll create 5 distinct prototypes together. Okay, so we're doing prototypes. I like it. It's like a truck. This seems vaguely familiar. I think they used one of these before. New critical concepts. Expanding and reinforcing your skill set. I like it. Huge clown shoes. Yep. Present you with the skill. Oh, you have me plugged in the car? That's awesome. Yeah, you guys can't see like cross chat, so I'm trying to read it out for you because yeah, Screen Elements or Stream Elements just decided to tank today. I don't know. Took me like 4 times to even be able to broadcast to both like Twitch and YouTube. So interactive, dynamic digital experiences. Game development, animation, storytelling, architecture, engineering. So the sky's the limit. Could you imagine that if like you hired an architect and he was like, "Bet, let me send you a video game so you can look like at what your house is gonna do." Should I just leave the sound on?
Before you get started working on the course, there's something really important I have to tell you.
Okay, but who thought his voice sounded like that? 'Cause not me. Yeah. It's so important that we made this entire video to tell you about it. So without further ado, here are the 3 most important words you'll need to succeed in this course. Watch, then do. Okay, so don't do as you watch. Watch it and then do it. Showing you how to do cool stuff in Unity. But while the video is playing, just watch it. He's like, oh, I'm on Twitch. It's the same name, Tori Torrential. So I got it's like my 3rd day. I got 5 whole followers now, I think. It's not going great. So if there's like no organic traffic, I've been trying to clip stuff out, you know. So it won't actually let me stream to TikTok currently. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's rough. Nice Sean is gone. But yeah, I'm just branching out every which way. I'm looking for a job, you know. So it's kind of can't really like, handing to Copilot. I am Copilot. That's gotta be Nick. What's up? But yeah. So watch it, then we do it. Why don't I stream the Kick? I didn't know Kick was a thing. Last I heard, it was still like a startup, so I could probably sign up on Kick too. And stuff. I've just been trying to spread my reach a little more, and we're trying to learn game dev because apparently nobody will hire me. Fun story. Today I woke up to an email, and a recruiter was like, "Yeah, you got a lot of impressive experience. Da da da. Unfortunately, we don't want you for this." But I'll keep you on file in case something comes up. And it was for a gardener slash handyman job, right? And I wasn't the right pick. So there's that, you know. Visual Studio, Unity 6 LTS. Yeah, we're already signed up for that stuff. This is still building, by the way. You see this in the background? A little FPS game. Download and then install Unity Hub. Okay, we already got that. Install a new version of Unity. Unfortunately, we're on like 6.4 now. So, yeah, I'd have to do it after the stream and stuff and look into it. I have no idea what's going down with Kick. I was mainly on like Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, but yeah, TikTok's been doing me super dirty, like suppressing everything. So it's one of those things. Yeah. For my account, oh, how to set up the account. Yeah, we did all that. New progress. Okay. This is just installing Unity, which we already did those. Why not? And continue to next. While we're doing all this, it's still 75% ish. Unit 1 introduction. So I guess these are all video tutorials, so I'm sorry for that. You'll begin your journey creating with code. So, I don't know. See, I purposely did this one first, just because I have a feeling like the creative side, like that's all the fun, like woo-woo stuff, So like after Essentials, so wanted to get the coding down. A driving simulator prototype to avoid obstacles in its path or crash into them if that's more to their liking. Okay.
Type, you will learn the programming.
See, I'm not sure if I can just let this play though. I don't want to tick anybody off. Object for the world you created. To accomplish this, you'll have to take some input from the player. Now, the question is it going to be like on key down, like the old style, or the actual input system now where you can like use a controller and stuff integrated? Vampire Lord, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's a whole lot of kind of just chaos right now. None of my panels are loading. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Rolling a ball around from a third-person view. All these draw on the same foundational programming techniques. Yeah. Element of player control. It's funny because I'd explained most of this in Essentials, last couple of days when we were talking about it. But what you gonna do, right? The step is complete. Start your 3D engines. See, now we're gonna hit an impasse though, because sorry, can't load it up because we're busy building the rest of the things. So we're gonna have to save this into downloads or whatever. Yeah. Sorry, sometimes it'll stop it. A wife. Right. Yeah, right. But Yeah, sorry, I just have the little multi-chat here. Normally there's like chat on the screen and I have graphics and better looking stuff. But Stream Elements, see, like, look, I made them. I'll show you, actually. They're all pretty and stuff, and it's like purple, and it's like, ooh, look at, all the stuff. And Stream Elements are just like, yeah, not today. We're not doing that. Too cool for y'all. Wait a sec. Browser. I got it. And then. I don't know if we can, like. Oh, there we go. What? Now at least all the YouTube people are on there. What? See, I got production value a little bit. Anyway. Tis me, Lella. I like it. Vampires sneaking around, messing with stuff in the background. Right, like, you remember, Blade? They had the vampire hackers. I mean, they had the one that was like way huge, but like they had the other vampire hackers. I don't know. And the White Wolf games, Vampire the Masquerade. Uh, Believe it or not, most of the time it's the Nosferatu vampires, like the ones that are under the ground. Like they're really good at intelligence and like hacking computers and stuff. But like that's their whole shebang. Yeah, so I can't actually set this up just yet because we're stuck. Still waiting on this build here. I don't and stuff. But once that's done, I'll put up the little FPS tutorial we made, like the micro one, and I'll link it to both chats in case anybody gets bored and they want to play a very, very rudimentary first person shooter and stuff. But I'm trying to just commit to do some of this for like an hour or two a night. And hopefully we'll have fun along the way. Fair warning, I am still under an enduring 40-day anxiety attack, so I don't have my prefrontal cortex, so a lot of the jokes just aren't there right now. It's one of those things. I know, it sucks. I hate it too. Wish I could get over it. But that's the problem with mental breakdowns. They're not like, it's like, can you fix it? Wish I had AAA. Like, bloop, 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 bloop. I got a breakdown. Just come back in. Like, alright, this I got. Here's a hug, and, go watch Steven Universe. I don't. Sorry, that's probably not too funny. But yeah, so I can't push forward on that. I'm also, I got the C sharp going on. Well, actually, it was on Free Code Camp, but they're heavily leaning on the Microsoft certification. So it's kind of one of those weird kind of things where I'm like having to jump through like 6 kind of hurdles just to I don't know. But yeah, and the idea is eventually I'm just going to be like a super famous streamer and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, he's making video games." And there's millions of us and then millions of people are gonna buy my $3 video game, and then I'm gonna retire. So that's the plan. I mean, how could it go wrong, right? Like, you know, I got 5 followers on Twitch. So, whoa, what just happened? Hey, I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. That's awesome. Thank you. So now, see, we already got a 6th follower on Twitch. I mean, we're basically unstoppable at this point. I think so, anyway. I'll update it, right? Where we at? Oh, no, 5 followers. Did I lose a follower? I must have lost a follower. Oh, well. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Yeah. Anyway. I don't think that was the current. Yeah, no. Sorry. I like to just have the tabs open in case I need to type in anything. Anyway. Ignore me. Right. I normally test it. It's like, just to make sure the multi-chat's working. And then tests. We heart Unity. Hey, thanks. For some reason, my multi-chat isn't like auto-scrolling. So if everything's going bad, I don't know what it is. Yeah. Ooh, it's like a mirror shot. Sorry. Hitting y'all with the infinity combo. Stuff. But it looks like our build is finally done. So we can publish to play. Locate the build and publish. Okay. Oh, let's see, it won't let you. In the build, we already did that, man. Go away. Force skip data build? What? Is it seriously trying to force me to do the build all over? This should take a lot less time this time. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Then publish to play. Okay, we got that. Publish. New game. Publish. Ran the build. Uploading it. Then we'll type it all in. Sorry, and then we can get to the driving demo. Hopefully, I don't know. At some point. I gotta be honest. Not my best stream. This was all planned out and everything, and then, you know how these things go. It's like, surely it's not gonna make me wait 20 minutes. I was like, my name's not Shirley. That's what we need. We need like intermission games. Be like, ba-da-da-da. But yeah, so we're doing pretty solid. I don't know. Do they have one for the micro FPS? I don't know. Okay, so there we are, and then Tori, torrential, micro, FPS game. Editor, micro FPS game. And then game build. Just have downloads. Oh no, that's right. I got them hidden like in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, 2 seconds. Sorry. Unity user templates, is that it? No. It's like Unity normally. And then I genuinely FPS microgame, and then build. Right. Oh, you know what? I gotta make a zip file out of that. So send to compressed whatever. We'll call it FPS micro. I know this is riveting. Okay, and then we can upload it. And once it finishes uploading, I don't think you guys can see, there's like a little cheese wheel. It's only like 20, 23 somethings. And, okay. Finish. Kind of makes you wonder, like, why would we do that? All right. Next, and then hold on, we're just gonna bloop. Why is there AI navigation? Like, oh, that's the old AI, like not like LLM AI. Okay, then we just gotta get this running for a second so I can steal a screenshot of the. Yeah, here we go. And then just shoot. Oh, I hit print screen. Dang it. Okay, and then give me a second. It's just gonna be like bloop. Perfect. Alright. And then there we go. Mark up and share. Alright, I just gotta save this. To screenshot. Yes. Okay. There we go. It's one of those like small things, but like, you know, at least like throwing a thumbnail up. It's just I feel like people appreciate the production value. Screenshots. Open. Okay. Toy Torrential Micro FPS game. Da-da-da. Then we're gonna update. Right? And then we got this guy over here. And if anybody is bored or whatever, y'all married? This dude creeps me out. Looks like Asian JD Vance. Thanks for banging on me, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the only family I have left. But then, while all this silliness is happening, you can jump in the game if you want and be like, hey, Tori marginally made this. Right? Eliminate all the enemies. What you doing? It helps when your gun works. You'll see. I don't know what is up with their control script, but it does not like the gun. You do have Bizarre Adventures. Awesome. Swag. Right. Okay. Here we go. Now. What's next? We're done. Build and publish. What's next? Keep going. Explore Unity tutorials. And then it puts you into the pathways. Okay, so we did that part, right? Now, under... Okay, let's just go. What do we have? We had prototype starter files. So, what are we gonna do? Where's uncompress or whatever, right? Oh. Okay, so what should I just documents, I guess? Prototype 1, starter files, and it's just a Unity package file. Okay. Alright. Oh no. Right. Okay, so we got that. Start your 3D engines. Introduction. I think I gotta make like a new project and import
We are
the package.
about to begin working on our very first prototype, where we'll make a vehicle that can drive down the road. To do this, we will create a project for the first time,
Is this okay?
use
Like
the
him
Unity
talking?
interface for the first time, import
New
assets
project.
for the first
Unity
time,
interface.
and navigate the 3D environment for the
3D
first time.
navigation.
That's a lot of firsts, but don't worry. We're going to take things one step at a time. By the end of this lesson, you will have your first prototype with a vehicle and obstacle set up on the road.
Aha!
As you know, Unity is a powerful professional program with a ton of functionality. So when you open it for the first time, you may feel a little overwhelmed by all of the windows and buttons and icons.
I
But
think
with
we
a
got a
little
handle,
time
buddy.
and practice, you'll be able to move around this interface with your eyes closed.
So it's
After
gonna
you're
be
familiar
another
with the
like
layout,
couple
one of the
intro
most
ones, I
important
think.
skills we'll work on is navigating and positioning objects in the
We already
scene
did
view.
the rings one, man.
The scene view is the interactive environment where you can design your world in 3 dimensions. When you put your vehicle in
Like,
the scene,
this is
for
what
example,
was
you
in
can move it side
Essentials,
to side
you
on
know?
the x-axis, up and down on the y-axis, or forward and back on the z-axis. You can also rotate objects around each one of these axes,
That's not good for a truck.
scale them on each of these axes. You can even view your object on each axis. You can think of Scene View as the movie set for your project, where you can see all the behind the scenes stuff that the audience won't
Pretty
necessarily
swanky,
see.
so.
And just like a movie set, you have a camera in your scene that you can
find the
position
first paw
to show
print.
the player
That's the
exactly what
first
you
clue.
want. In
Put in your
Unity,
games.
what you can see
Those
through the
Tories
camera
clues.
is
Oh.
called the game view, since it's the view that the player will have during the game. So for this prototype, we wouldn't want the camera here or here, so we'll position it behind and above the vehicle,
want it.
giving the player a clear view of the road ahead. And to make all that happen, I'll see you in Unity.
Yeah. Make a course folder and a new project. First thing you need to do is create a folder that will hold all of our course and create a new Unity project inside it for prototype 1. On your desktop somewhere, create a new folder. Yeah. The name it. Create with code. Okay. So where are we at here? Prototype 1. Let's go down to documents. And somewhere in here we're going to make a new folder or something. I love how they're like, just put in new folder, Create with code. Okay. Just so I can contain all this, right? Create with code. There we go. Perfect. Name the project Prototype 1 and set the file location to your new Create with Code folder. Okay, so we gotta go back to Unity Hub. Sorry about all this. Normally I have it like loaded up. I didn't expect this to just be like burning through these. Okay, Prototype 1. Right. And then there we go. Let's go to Documents. Create with Code. Prototype 1, starter files. Sure. I'm gonna just create the project. And then we get to wait like 10 more minutes for Unity to load again. Although, see, now I can recache. So, what are we doing? We gotta open. Yeah. Okay. So, on this note, I'm probably going to take a very quick break. You guys want like the be right back screen, or do you want to just stare at the screen? I don't know. Maybe somebody will say something ridiculous. I don't know. But I will be back very shortly. Do not look at my butt. I'm going to walk away. I don't consent. Alright, take you guys off mute. And I'm back. Dun, dun, dun. I know. And now you're back from outer space. What is it? Just standing at my door with that look upon your face. I knew I should have changed that lock and threw away that key. If I knew you'd be back to bother me. So go, come on now, go. I don't, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, it's still in my head too. I'm like da 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 da. All right. So, yeah. Apparently, the theme for this is watching things load very slowly. It's good though because it lets everybody breathe. We got like a lot of mental downtime. Subconscious can like sort out problems. We can meditate. You driving? Okay. It's like learn more. We got like a viewer. I don't even think my chat bot's in here. Hmm. That's probably problematic. I don't know. Wait for Unity to open up your project. So we're just waiting. Just waiting. This it doesn't do this every time, but like especially when you start a new project, it has to like pre-compile all this stuff and put it together. And, I don't know, like however you configured it with whatever packages. Which is funny because as soon as this opens, the next thing's gonna be like import the package. So because that's how all of this stuff works. I promise this stream will get better. Like once we're out of the academy and we're through all that, then we're just talking about like game design and different stuff and you know whatever. But if you want to lead, you got to learn to follow, right? So that's what we're doing, and I don't know. Hopefully, having fun, make friends. Power of friendship. We're bonding. Care Bear stare. Um, um, Saging. Before anybody gets mad, this was given to me by an actual Native American. I did not buy it, and they were pushed on me. So, like, if you're like, oh, you appropriated culture, like, no, culture appropriated me. They're like, nope, you gotta take them. I'm like, no, they're gonna make. They're like, nope. So, yeah, that. But that's why they look all handmade, because they are. Anyway. Okay, so. Got it open. Mark as complete, right? And then now that we have an empty project, prototype, Windows file, extract all, we did that, assets, scenes, import the asset package in your Unity project. Now, there used to be like a big, fancy, crazy way to do this, and then there was like a real easy gangster way where you could just like drag and drop an asset pack. So we're gonna see. Just go with me here. We're gonna see if that actually happens. Okay, so prototype, starter files, yeah, Unity package file, and then we're just gonna Blip. Nope. Alright. Window, package manager. Package manager. Import local package normally. Plus install package from disk. There we go. So I'm trying to save you guys as much as I can from having to. Where'd it go? Oh, what the heck? There we go. Just double click it. They're like, here, just put all this in here. Yeah, I see. Way easier. Material, location external is obsolete. Ah, great. So we have version control issues. I was worried about that. But what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have to debug some of this. Anyway, add your vehicle to the scene. Da-da-da. Okay. Alt click. Okay, so if we have packages. What are all these packages, bro? What the hell? Why do they have AI navigation and bursts? JetBrains Rider Editor. That's crazy. Alright. Vehicle. What do we got? Armored tank. Cart. That doesn't seem too much. Oh, because they changed the render. Okay. I see, I see. There's our truck. Right. So they just want us to put the truck down? Like, is the... You sure I shouldn't, like, put the road down?
So now that
something?
we've added in the starter assets for our...
See, I knew it. Oh, maybe they have a scene. Let me see. Yeah, a lot of the time they do. Prototype 1. Let's see. They might get me one day, but not today. There we go. Yep. Right, and then we can put our vehicle right there. Right. Okay. Bloop. And they're gonna be like, and then we'll put it right here. Ish. There we go. Zeroed out. Looks good to me. Alright. Then what's the next one? Add a vehicle to your scene. Yeah, see, the more you can do it without like the hand holding, the more you retain it, if that makes sense. Add an obstacle and reposition. Go to course library. Drag an obstacle into scene view. The inspector, change it to Z25. Okay. We got obstacles. You want to do crates? Is that the... I'm thinking crates. Just throw crates. Alright, why not? And then, what was it? 0, 0, 25. So it's down the road. Yep. Okay. And then we'll just rename your two objects as vehicle and obstacle. Okay. So, or what was it? We learned on the last one is F2. Yeah. So, yep. Vehicle, and then F2 obstacle. Right. We're probably gonna have to. Oh, it has a mesh collider on it. Okay. Yeah, so is this one. Okay. So they can already interact. Right. Locate your camera and run the game. Set up your vehicle. Let's try running the game and looking through the camera. Main camera. Alright. See, they're doing that thing again where it's like, oh, what happened? And then you gotta. Although I don't think there's any scripts, so. A whole lot of nothing. And they're gonna be like, now you gotta attach your camera. Right. Move the camera behind the vehicle. You don't say. Control. Home moves. Okay, there's a easy way to do this. So you just pop it up, and then you can see it. And then you just be like, bam. And then you be like, bam. Right? And then you turn the Y to like 0. Right? And then you make this like 0. And then, hold on, where are we at? Oh, I moved it way too far over. Okay. So it, right, and then we gotta move this up some. Yeah, and then like over some. Just zero that out. And put that like 5. Right. And then, yeah, we'll put the Z like -10. So we could see it. And this X rotation should be like 0. Yeah. And then if we do like 15, 10, yeah, like 10. See? Bow, 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 bow. Perfect. Right. So, but that's the key, man. You just tweak it as you go. Right? Let me mark that step as complete. Customize your interface. Last bit. You need to customize the Unity editor layout so that it's perfect for editing our project. Select the layout from default to tall. What? I don't know about this one. Tall. Yeah, I hate that. Like, just absolutely hate that. So we're just gonna ignore that and put it right back on default. And don't you ever tell me what to do again. Okay. Column layout. Okay, lesson recap. New functionality. Yeah, we did all that. Mark steps as complete. Tutorial completed. So, right. It's like 4. Additional feedback. No. Okay. Lesson 1.2. Pedal to the metal. Sorry, I'm trying to stay up on the chat. It looked like there has been some talk that I have not seen. Let me see here. Yeah, what's up with the stalled out? Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Okay. Is this cutting off? No, it's not. That is the weirdest thing. I'm so sorry. And yet, on the other one, oh, you know what? It paused. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. And we'll just go pedal to the metal. Anyway, sorry. Just new things, right? This lesson, you'll make your driving simulator come alive. First, you'll write your very first lines of code in C#, changing the vehicle's position, allowing you to move forward. Okay, that's gonna be fun. You'll start this lesson by creating a very first C# script that will control it. Okay. Project window. Yeah. In the scripts folder, create a mono behavior script. Player controller. Right. You know how it be. Okay, get that. And then assets folder. Oh, I gotta make a new folder even. Okay. Script. Really? Scripts. And then new mono behavior. Why is it all the way in a prefab? Okay. Create mono behavior script, and then that's going to be the player controller. Right. Anyway, and there's our general. Oh, you can't see it, but it's there. You'll see it in a second. Click on the vehicle object to make sure it was added. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then we gotta drag it and drop it on the vehicle. Whatever. It's like, why are you compiling the script? Like, you just created it, dog. Anyway, sorry. This is fighting me a lot. Okay, so player controller script. It is added, in fact. So we did that. Add a component in the update method to move the vehicle forward. Okay, now this should open up in the scripting. When we double click on it, that'll pop this bad boy up. Update. And these are just comments when there's 2 slashes. So move the truck forward. Stuff, but that's normally like before you start programming. Most of the time when you're breaking it down, that's how you figure out your pseudocode is like with the comments. You're like, get key presses, interpret key presses, whatever. It's called decomposition. It's really important, but you take like whatever complex thing you want to do, and then you break it into tiny pieces and stuff. Funny enough, I think we already have another player controller script here. Yeah, let's see. Like this one, it's like forward, backwards, da da da. But see, this is W key is press, W key is press, and stuff. The newer ones that they updated use the input system, and then you can define it in the program. But that allows you to use like your keyboard and like if you got like a controller and stuff, like anything that qualifies as like forward or whatever can trigger it. I don't know. Like you could have a banana controller or something. But yeah, so we added our comments, and then I'm sure because we're doing this at a snail's pace, save it, right? Then we come back here, recompiles it, error checks it, and see, I wish I could fade myself out for a second, on some of these, but yeah, and then it shows up underneath where I am. It displays like the script and stuff, but that's more or less what's happening. Is it's just like, oh yeah, and then he said nothing. Right. Also, the difference: void start when the script first loads, that happens. Void update happens like every cycle, like frame cycle. Give the vehicle a forward motion. Now that we have the comment saying that which we will program, we have to write a line of code to actually move the vehicle forward, right? So this is transform translate, and I'll explain this to you guys too. Okay, so first we do the transform dot translate. I believe this one isn't. I always get the cases screwed up, like the capitalization. See, I got it backwards. I knew it, but yeah. So it's transform, and then capital T translate, right? And then if we weren't in such a quick and dirty editor, like I had pulled up the whole editor, then it would have like tool tips and stuff. But we're taking the transform that's on there. I'll show you in a second. And then the semicolon at the end just says like it's the end of whatever. But then when we play, what should happen, because we put this script on this object, on the vehicle object, or whatever, this is the transform the position and stuff. So while it updates, it's the transform translate, and then 001, so it'll push the Z1, and it should propel the truck forward, is the idea anyway. Although the camera's not going to follow because we didn't parent to it. Yeah, see, it's gone. What are them two boys up to? Also, it's important to note this is not a great way to do it because you'll clip through walls, but we'll get there. Okay, delete the 000 blah 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 vector forward, right? Which actually, I believe, incorporates the physics system built in. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, then we'll be like vector 3 dot forward. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, again, that's half of programming is just being like, did I capitalize that properly? 3 forward should work. almost exactly the same. So, right. So, we're going, it's running, and then it stopped running because I double clicked the button. Because I'm genius, and this is the production values you've come to expect. But yeah, exactly the same. Because vector 3 forward basically is 0, 0, 1, you know, essentially. Now, I'm going to show you a quick trick. I don't know if they'll say it, but if you attach the camera to the vehicle, right, then we'll go with the truck. You know, because it's a child of the truck. So when it moves, yeah, see, now we see. And then we just keep going, clip through, and now we're falling into space because everything's meaningless. I don't know. Or something. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Okay. Anyway. Home in time for physics. What's up? Yep. Then we can customize the vehicle speed. Right? So we add time dot delta time times 20. Right? So basically what this is going to do, yep, is time dot delta time is a way of changing the update. Okay, so it's capital T, capital T. Alright, so it's camel case and normal. And so, like, you know, after you've been doing this for a while, like, you remember which one's which. But in the meantime, it's just a constant source of annoyance, like looking up the right capitalization for everything. Because it's like, you know, you got Pascal case, which is like everything. Then you got camel case, which is like not the first one, but the second one. You know, and third and fourth and whatever. And then you have like normal capitalization, and then you have lowercase, but you don't know which ones go where for a while, if that makes sense. But time dot delta time basically puts it on the actual clock instead of instead of by the frame rate, because like if you have a really slow computer or you have a really fast computer and stuff, your program will actually operate at different times. But if you incorporate the time dot delta time, then it goes by the system clock, so it's actually going by, like on time. You see how it like slowed down stuff, and then I'm sure they're gonna make us make a variable. We gotta add rigid bodies to both of them. Stuff, increase the mass of the vehicle. Okay. So vehicle. If you remember, we already have a collider, so they can hit each other, but they have no physics. So now we're putting on a rigid body, and that gives it mass. And we're gonna say 10 kilograms. It's a 10 kilogram truck. I don't know. And then we're gonna add a rigid body to the box, and we're gonna keep that like 1, and then it's gonna hit the box, right? Yep. There we go. And that's how you run over a box. But see, if you look at the thing, it has a scoop in the front for its mesh. That's why it's like going over the top of the truck. Stuff. But we added the rigid body, duplicate, and position obstacles. Okay, so now we're gonna add a bunch of obstacles, right? So we're gonna go and just bloop, 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 bloop. And instead of manually doing these, I'm just going to put them, I don't know what, like 35, then 45, and then 55, and 65, right? So they should just be like 10, apart. But we covered a lot of this during Essentials, So it's like bloop, 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 bloop. Yep. And then they're just regular intervals. We could like move them around a little bit if we wanted to, but for the sake of brevity and just kind of getting through functional recap. Yep, so we made our first one, multiply operator, components, colliders, and rigid bodies. A couple of methods, time.delta time, and transforms and stuff. So that's fun, right? We have a 4 high-speed chase. See, now they're going to do like I did with the camera, where you child the camera on, so you can see. Okay, add a speed variable for your victim, right? And then instead of that, we can make a float. So we covered a lot of this, but it's going to be normally above, I guess above update. So, yeah. Okay, so above update, right here. Pretty sure that should be in start, or maybe even in onload, but okay, anyway. We're going to have public float speed equals 5.0 f, because the only reason you use a float is to have a decimal, but that's why it's 5.0 with the f, because even though you said public float speed equals 5 or whatever, you need the 0.0 f because it's overly literal. I don't know, but see, then instead of times 20, it's just our speed, and then we can adjust the speed once we save this. It'll bring it up on the script screen because we made it a public reference, And so when we load back in Unity, if you click on vehicle, there'll be like a little speed thing, and that seems redundant to do. But if you remember, a lot of the time you're on a team of people. So like the programmer can go in there and just change it whenever it wants, but the designer doesn't really program, and those are for more or less like the designer, like if they're trying to balance things or whatever, or they just need to, mess with stuff, then you make them public so the designer can just go in and be like, okay, well, I need to make this twice as fast or half as fast or whatever, and stuff, because now it should be like a quarter as fast, because instead of at 20, we're at 5, yeah, and then it's just like, it's like slow neumes. As we're working in slow motion. Right. Let's get a slow motion for you. Slow motion for you. Yeah, if we want to follow the player, create a mono behavior script called follow player and attach it. Okay, so they're basically doing the same thing. An easier way to do this, if you don't want to make a script, would be to just child it the way I did before, because then they both share transform. but I guess, okay, what was the name of that script? Was it follow player? Yeah, follow player. Okay. Mono behavior and follow player. Right. We'll open that one up. And what are we doing? Transform position equals player dot transform dot position. Now that's gonna put it directly, like directly, almost on at the same location. So I think they're setting us up to fail again, more than likely. But anyway, so transform position equals transform player dot position. Right. I think so. And then like, yeah, every time it updates, this is basically just going to, or put that on the main camera. It's just going to be exactly wherever the truck is, which is weird. I don't think it'll be relative either. Yeah, that did not go. Oh, that might be the tag. Follow player. Watch, they're gonna be like, now you gotta make sure you tag the game object player. Public. Oh, public game object player. We didn't define the variable. That's my bad. Again, like the public game object player. Okay. And then that should bring it up for the designer. Yeah. And then you should be able to just drag it on. Right? Not contain a definition for player. Great. Public game object player. I'm pretty sure I did that right. Yeah, public game object player, and player transform. Drag vehicle onto the empty player variable. Right. Okay. So, what is the holdup here? There's 0 references, but there's a reference right there. Unless I'm like, am I crazy? Oh, player.transform. I swear, see, a lot of the time, a lot of your frustration is going to be coming from stuff like that. This player.transform position or whatever, but like, because a lot of like how they choose to nest things, then it should work fine. But that's why a lot of the time, just assume you did something iffy. Yeah, and see, there's the new game object down here. And then we just grab the vehicle and bah. Right. And then I don't know if this is the way I think it is. We're not really gonna see the truck. Like as soon as we start. Yeah. See, it's just at the same position. So gee, I wonder if we're gonna have to fix that next. We need to move the camera's position above the vehicle. Right. New vector 3, 5, -7, or whatever. Let's see, we're at 5, -10. So I'm gonna go ahead and what is it? Is it times plus new vector 3? Okay. Plus new vector 3, and this is just adding this on the 0, 0 that it would be. So it'd be 0 and then 5, and then I liked -10, so we're gonna go ahead and do that instead of the -7, and hopefully that didn't screw anything up. Right. But yeah, because it's just gonna take the transform, put it at the 0, 0, whatever, and then it'll add 5 and -10 like we have it here. Although I don't think it'll be rotated down. Right. And there we go. Just piddling along, knocking over boxes. Why not? Very sorry. Okay. So we got that going. Mark as complete. Make the offset into a vector 3 variable. Right. So private vector 3 offset. So it's like anything you might want to change or whatever. Right, so private vector 3 offsets equals, right? Yeah, new vector 3, yeah. Same damn thing. New vector 3 and 0, 5, -10. And basically all we did there, well, gotta get that period out of there, is we're saying that we have a private, so it's not going to show up on the window, but vector 3 offset, so that's the name, like that's the type, the vector 3, it's named offset, equals, because we're initializing it as well, vector 3 da da da, and then instead of this we can put plus offset in case we need to use those coordinates for something else, like the audio listener in the same script, or just for the sake of modularity and stuff, or if we want a quick change and stuff, because if we use it multiple times, then we have it up here to modify more or less. And then it should run exactly the same in theory. So we can watch these crates. If you really don't like crates, man, this is the one for you. At least right now. There we go. It's like crate down, crate down. Yeah. Just flipping boxes. Right. Okay, so we got that. And smooth the camera with late update. Camera's kind of so I just do late update instead. And what late update does is it updates it at the end of the frame. Right. Because it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like typically the last thing that updates, as opposed to updating, as fast as the frames will go. Whatever. There's also a fixed update, which generally, as a good rule, whenever you're using physics, or anything to do with the rigid body, you want to do fixed update, because the physics engine has its own fixed time, Yeah, and then we smoothed out the camera. But yeah, because I think it's like there's like 50 ticks per second in the physics engine, regardless of the frame rate. Edit the play mode tint color. We already did that in the other one. That's why it turns blue. Okay. Lesson recap. Variables, data types, access modifiers, declare and initialize variables. I think we did that, right? With the player controller. Stuff I explained. Floats are for decimals, and that's the data type, that's the name, that's the value. This makes a variable, so like the speed is actually 5.0. When we add the time.delta time, that links it to the clock, not the processing speed. Yeah. Public game object player, that's where we put the vehicle in and brings it up for the designer. We just explained offset and how it's a vector 3, so we plus the offset. Yeah. Access modifiers, declare and initialize variables. Right? I think we did it. Yeah. So our Mark steps is complete. Ooh, 5 in essentials, 5 towards programming. Why not? Yeah, that was okay. Clear instructions, why not? Submit feedback. And then I think this might be my last one for the day, just because the stabby pain in my back is getting kind of bad. So, just so you know. And I think we've already been on for, how long have we been on for? Almost 2 hours. So, there we go. In this new lesson, we need to hit the road and gain control of the vehicle. In order to do so, we need to detect when the player is pressing the arrow keys, then accelerate and turn the vehicle based on that input using new methods, vectors, and variables. Okay, so this is probably going to be the following steps, using a system called the Input Manager to hold and handle players. Okay, if you're using 6.1 or higher, your Unity project is likely set up with a different system called the Input System, which is way better. To ensure the Input Manager code works correctly, you need to change project setting to allow both systems to run side by side. But I don't want to. God damn it. They're like, you gotta do the old one that we just fixed and our fade isn't out. Okay, edit project settings. edit project settings. There we go. Input. Right. Input system package settings. Player UI. Da da da. Processors both. Okay. Did I just get lost? Find the configuration settings from the active input handling dropdown. Okay, so where's configuration settings? Am I crazy here? Oh, input manager. Use physical keys. Axes. This is killing me here. Give me a sec. See, I hate when it gets vague like this. Okay, edit settings and the player category. Okay. Product name, da da da. Okay, where's the configurations? Okay, this is probably going for the web anyway. But am I losing my mind here? Right. Okay, and select the player category from the leftmost panel. I absolutely did that. Okay. That's what I did. Yep. Player. Okay. Oh, is it like way down? Okay. See, I didn't see that. Oh. Active input handling. Both. Great. So I gotta make it depreciated. And then it's gotta open up Unity all over again. You know what? Let's just call it here. Like for right now. Because that was a lot. That was a lot. Refresh my cache on this. Okay. Alright. So I'm thinking, at least for here, I'm gonna call it for the night. We got some stuff done though. We did pretty good. We did the whole FPS tutorial. We're on 1.4. We did a little bit of scripting. We were talking variables and initialization, how to put them in, you know, how to link to the game objects with the transforms and stuff, how to like add to the transform and make it go. You know, like floats being the decimal numbers. We also talked about like vector 3s being just the x, y, and z in parentheses and stuff, and then you know how a lot of time it's truncated now, so like you can be like vector 3 forward or vector 3 backwards or vector 3 left. Yeah, so we kind of comprehensively covered a few things, like small things, but that's it. That's important too, especially when you're learning. You don't want to overload yourself. because the more cognitive load you have, like the less you'll really retain. So it's actually better to space it out and take it in little chunks and really get it and keep building on top of it. Um, yeah, see, this is going to take like 10 minutes to load. I can't believe they'd do that to me. But, yeah, and hey, we got a new subscriber, so, you know, we know the alert system works. That was cool with the hearts. Um, Sadly, I don't think there was any clippable moments today, so, you know, no extra reach for us right now. Anyway, but yeah, hopefully that was a half decent stream. I'm not gonna go into the end screen and stuff. I don't know, the start and the end screens, I'm not sure I'm feeling them that much. Maybe if they were a little more branded or something, but right now it just says generic ones. Nah. So I'm just gonna sign off from here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support and being supportive of me learning all this and struggling with it, and well, just generally being an emotional mess and trying my best. But I deeply appreciate you.